All right, here is a daily chart of ZEC, and this is the marking that I had left before from another analysis. And this looks pretty good because I must not have finished this analysis and gone on to something else. What I will redraw will be draw my time. The cup and handle. I mean, I remember this fall when ZEC came out around this time last year, and then it was just like a skydive to almost the single digits, to the mid to low teens, I think. But if you were suffering through that, it must have been very painful. And if you coddle through all of that to now, well, I've got some good news for you. Let me finish labeling this. I'm going to call this cup. Handle. So clearly this belongs to the cup and handle species that I had shown. There's the jaws of wealth, downward pointing symmetrical triangle. Now we saw this on Zen. And Zen clearly went ahead of Zcash because sentiment favored Zen ahead of Zcash. Simple, because why? Sentiment drives everything. Why did it favor Zen over Zcash? I haven't a freaking clue. I don't know. Nor do I really care. But here the cup and handle is very bullish. And this is a daily scale using Bittrex price feed. Now this also looks very familiar as to what other coin is going through this right now. That's right. Steam is going through that. And it's taking its time. Here's Steam, the chalice of wealth. And the time it's taking, you cannot rush it. You can't tell sentiment, can you kind of hurry it up, please? I'll let you make some profit. It doesn't work that way. All of the sentiment, combined sentiment of the holders of Steam, are just not yet ready to explode up to the 4 and 14 price areas. But it is pending. It is just a matter of time. And if you don't have the patience, just like many had no patience on Bitcoin Cash to hold on to it during its massive symmetrical downward pointing triangle, missed out. And if you want to sell now and go to something else, that's your decision. I'm not. Look at the uncanny similarity. So I think Zcash has some phenomenal directive move through an impulse. I'm just eyeballing my proportional. 1, 5 equal, 3 is above 1.61. Of 1, etc. And this brings us to 1126. And if that's the case, what clearly needs to happen is price needs to reach out of this upper resistance line, just like steam has to breach out of this upper resistance line. I mean, I can label this in Elliot wave, all the corrections. You know, let's label it just to give better perspective. There you go. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can call this a bit of an ABC regular type. The C barely goes lower than that of A. I would like to see B higher, but that's okay. In fact, I think if I move this over here, there you go. Call this 2. Would look better. So still, price needs to breach the upper resistance line and continue higher. Very bullish on Zcash. Here is Zcash to BTC pair. I like what I'm seeing. Looks nice. So the correction finished here, and then it started reversing. So I guess it could be something like this. I'm sure the B was much higher somewhere, but just to give it a label. Five waves are put in. And the subsequent ABC was complete. This C has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. Check. So this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was a 5, 3, 5, zigzag. You should all know what a zigzag is by now if you have viewed the tutorial video that I posted, and all my tutorial videos are linked in the bottom of every blog that I post. And I strongly recommend you reviewing that, not once but multiple times if you're new to Elliot waves. And all my other tutorial videos, one on when to buy, when to sell, and one of the most important one will be on laddering your buy entries. 5, 3, 5. Okay, where to from here? Let's see. Go back to the numbering for Elliot waves. Believe we go 1, 2. So look, see how I'm using the, so if it got bounced off this resistance, but that's going to be a subwave. But once it goes to this resistance, above this resistance area, that's going to be my 1. Then it may get bounced to this area, which is now support. That's why I put my 2. And then my 3 will be around this area where the resistance will be, because 3 will be needed to take out that resistance. 4. And then 5 will clear this. So if that didn't make sense to you, let me explain it again, a little more slowly. I'll draw the resistance lines. So resistance line is here. As you can tell, price already got repelled by that resistance line. It hit it, it's coming down, reacting to it. But once it gets enough mojo and breaks through it and above this second resistance, right here, I'm drawing a line across the tops. People always forget you do horizontal resistance lines. They always do angled support and resistance. But you can't forget, most of my labels are based on horizontal support resistance. Okay, so then price will probably bust out of this, breach it, get bounced by the second resistance, and then it'll come to the first resistance, which is now support. Just sit on it, from which to bounce off to this now region of resistance. Jeez, no. Okay, which is this cloud of price resistance. It'll bust out, and then be repelled, and try one more time with enough mojo to exceed the prior wave 5. Does that make sense? That's one way I guide my Elliot waves, on how I put my price pathway. I'm going to remove these, putting the target of $1,804. Okay, now I'm going to do chart pattern analysis, combine it with a chart pattern. Like this. Which species does this belong to? For the ZEC BTC, I'm sorry, this was wrong. This is not in dollars. I forgot it was in BTC pair. Better. Now what's important to remember here is that if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, everyone sell here, you made your profits, go home. No. What's really important is to see the bigger picture. These 5 waves become subwaves to higher wave degree 1. We may see a sizable retrace, but then we have wave 3 coming. But I won't cover that right now. We're pretty far away from that. Let's first tag on some of these waves first. And then I'll give a bigger picture and brighter picture and see where all of this can lead to in good time. I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope I have earned the right to ask again for your upvotes, your follows and re-steams. They certainly will help me provide greater visibility so others can see my analysis, and hopefully they also can be helped by analysis so that maybe my analysis can augment their due diligence, give them a very good introduction to Elliott waves and chart pattern recognition for technical analysis. Thanks and have a good day.